Okay, so for page 7, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, page 7, I pulled the cranes out, I pulled this sheet out, I pulled this one out, and I pulled this out, and this is what I did the inside cover, and I'm going to incorporate this frame and this photo that goes into the frame, okay? So, and then I have my one brown sheet that I'm going to start off with, but first, let's see, I think, let's see, that's not wide enough, so that can't be, that could be my base, or this one could be my base. I think I'm gonna go with the craziest one as my base. Okay, put these off to the side for a moment. So I'm going to mat my page and then just work off the mat and build everything, okay? So, take my little pencil and make my marks. I'm going to do a video on the difference between measuring and using the pencil. If you guys would like to see that, let me know. I know somebody asked me, you know, why all of a sudden are you not doing measurements anymore? And so, yeah, so I think I will definitely make that video. And probably by the time this video comes, you'll have already seen it. Because I think I'm going to put it on here pretty quick. And I'm making this, but I haven't actually put any of the videos up yet. I need to make this just a little bit shorter, as I try and stay ahead of the game a little bit. But I tell you, it is hard. It is hard to stay ahead of the game. Okay, so there is my mat, and I'm going to go ahead and move this out of the way. Okay, now, first thing I want to do is make a big pocket. So, and let me give you the measurements on this. It is 5 15/16. 1 titch away from the 6. So it's almost 6 inches. And by 7 7/8. Okay? So now I'm going to make this. I want to get my 6 inches, and then I'm going to put, because I've got to make, I only have 3 more of these, and I've got 1, 2, 3 more pages and the front and back covers. So I have to baby my brown, so I'm only allowing myself 1 for this page and 1 for the next 2 pages, and then I should be alright. So this page is going to be a little bit more intricate. Next 2 pages are going to be kind of like I did with the other one, about the same. Anyway, I digress. Okay. But anyway, I want my 6 inches, so I'm actually going to, so I don't have to open up my cutter, I'm just going to make a mark at 6 inches, and then I know to cut it there. Okay. And that should be a little bit bigger than that, which it is. And now I'm going to take my scoreboard. Well, first, let's see, how big do I want the pocket? I want the pocket, oh, let's see. I want the pocket to come to about here. About there. So I'm going to cut it across right here. Yeah, I'm going to cut it across right there. Okay, and so, let's see, this is the right way. I'm going to put 1/4 of an inch, because I want to make this as large as I can, but I still want it to not, I don't want to glue it straight down. I do want to have a little bit of a flap on it. So I'm doing a 1/4 of an inch on both sides. Not much of a flap, but it is better than just gluing it straight down onto there, which flattens the glue out, which means you have even less space around, okay? So, going to get these little suckers to bend over. There's that one. My mom and I are going to go get our nails done next week, and I am going to have them cut some of my nail off, because this is my real nail, and then they're just using that gel stuff, and I have strong nails anyway, but it's keeping them from breaking, so all they just do is just keep growing. And they're getting too long. I can't do diddly squat, and I don't like it, because I'm not used to having a lot of nail. Okay, so see, now if I were using decorative stuff, which I still am not doing, I'm still kind of keeping these very straightforward, very easy for you to follow, but I would like take a die cut and really put a nice decorative edge on here. If you guys want to see me do more die cuts, let me know. But you know, I just feel like right now I'm getting more people watching me when I'm doing these kind of I wouldn't say they're beginner albums. I mean, I'm doing some techniques that are just tried and true methods. But if you you know, if you want to see some in a little more depth, a little more I don't know, just let me know if you want to see something different, I guess. I'm enjoying what I do though, and as long as I'm enjoying it, I think you'll enjoy what I'm doing, because it seems to be that when I do things my way, I guess my choice in the matter, it comes across a lot happier, a lot better. So I don't know. But I did trim this edge down a little bit. I didn't worry about this edge. And I am just giving myself a border all the way around. A little crooked. that's... Okay. So there's a nice pocket. Okay. And you're going to be able to put a pretty nice size tag down in there. Almost, you know, it should be pretty much the entire width of the pocket since I put the little flaps down. Okay. Now, what do I have left here? Let me cut this off. Excuse me. I did not get a nap today. Okay, so let's see here. There we go. Okay. Now this is, again, the full 6 inches, which is bigger than the mat. And I don't really want anything to be larger than the mat, but I think no, let me pull. Yeah, I should have cut that off because then you end up doing it twice instead of. Okay. Now, I'm going to cut this down so it's the same size as the paper here. Okay, this should be, yes. Okay, very good. Got a little mark off there. Okay, now, got that there. Pull it down just a little bit so I can see the end here. And I'm going to put a mark right here, and that's where I want to score. Line this up with a score mark. And then I'm going to cut off a 1/2 inch. Ish. I didn't quite get a 1/2 inch cut there, but that is okay. That is okay. Just make sure it's straight. Okay. So, is this, or did I want to go this way? Okay. Yes. So I want to go this way with this. I want one, let's see, what do I got? I got this right here, which I cut with this. Make a 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch. I think I'm going to do 3/8. I'm going to cut it right down the center here. Score it right up the center. I didn't score that very well. Try that again. Much nicer. Okay, let's see now. Oops. This can go here. this can go here. And then I need another one. Huh. That. Huh. I need a little bit more. I need some more room. I wonder if this would work. This would probably work just as well for what I'm thinking. Okay. Where is my, here it is. Yeah, I think that would work just fine. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put a 1/2 inch score on here. Now this is from a different page. This is not from that one piece. This was just one of my scraps left over. And I'm going to center this around, or I can put it over the top and get it matted, because around it's really going to stick out more. Or I can slice into the paper. I'd rather not do that. I think I'm just going to set this into the mat that goes on here. I'm just going to put this around that mat. So I'll show you when I get to that point. And I'm going to leave the length on this until I know what I want to do. I've got my pocket, and I've got these two pieces here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue these down. But first, before I get any further, I remembered. Whoop whoop. Sorry, it is, let's see, what time is it? Oh yeah, it's 10:15 at night. And what, I've been doing this almost 20 minutes, so this is when the house gets quiet enough that you don't have to deal with the TV and all that. And my parents, they're already in bed. Doesn't mean I'm not going to get interrupted, but it just means they're already in bed and the TV's not on directly downstairs. This is an open loft, so yeah. It helps me to hear what they need better when I'm up here crafting, but it also helps you guys to hear them better too. And I'm not worried too much about getting the gold on this sheet. Okay, so now I want the pocket to go this way, and I'm going to put glue on the inside of this flap. Oops. And I'm going to lay this right on top, making sure I'm not getting it on the score line. Oopsie. Oopsie. Okay. And there is ever so slightly a little bit of difference in the the cut of the mat and the cut of my flap here. Now let me make sure that there's no glue. Okay, and then let's check the back. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to do the same with this, but it's going to go, here's the open pocket, so it's on the open pocket side. There we go. Nothing oozing out there. And nothing oozing out here. Okay, so there's that. So now we're going to have to, something here, here, there. Once I mat this, then I can put this down around that mat, and it's gonna come over here, and I want it centered. Okay, so now figure out, let's see. I want that to be up as high as it'll go, so you'll be able to see at least the one crane. The other one's going to be covered. He's going to look like a really tall crane. Yeah, that's just not going to look right. You're not going to see enough of it to even notice. That's just going to look silly, isn't it? Alright, so we'll put him maybe on the inside, because I don't want to cover him up. Yeah, that would just look silly if we just put him out there and covered him up. So, now the only thing is, I want to see, because that was my plan, let me see what paper is going to look good here, if not that. I have these three to choose from, which would be really nice to incorporate. I do have a piece of the brown. It's the same flower, and I do have it here, and I don't know, that's just not very exciting. It's just not very exciting. Let's see. And that doesn't float my boat all that much either. I was planning on using this on the inside cover. I mean the inside. Hello. Like here and here is where I was going to use this. And then I'll do the cranes here. And then I think I'll do the small foil. I don't know if I'll do the small foil here or on this. I wonder... No, I don't know that I like that there, and I'm sure the other side's not gonna do very well. I think that's beautiful paper, but it's not gonna do very well. Let's see. Here is a small piece of this. How does this look on there? Oh, that looks very pretty, doesn't it? So, yeah, I think I'm going to do this long piece and this piece with this. But, and maybe I'll do that underneath. I don't know, that's just not talking to me. Let me see some of these other cut things that I have here. Okay, so I don't really want any more foil on this, so that won't work, but I got plenty of reds. How about if I get, well, how about, now see, I'm just not going to be able to, unless I use the other piece of this. I don't know, is there, see, that's so much darker. Let me find a green that is the same green. Too dark. Too dark. Still kind of dark. Dang. Okay, let's try this one. And I don't think I've used, have I used this one yet? I have used this one. Okay. I think that will work. Okay, so I added this into the mix here. So let me put this over here. And I've got that other brown piece right here. Okay, I'll put that up there for a minute. So I decided I'm going to cover this. Yeah. Edge off first. Okay, so we've got this. Before I glue this down, I'm going to attach this to here. Instead of attaching it around the back of this, which will then make it, because it's another piece of cardstock over a thick old piece of cardstock, and it's going to make it stand out, by matting, using the matting and folding it over the matting and laying it down, it's not going to change the look of the basic part of the page, okay? Just a thought for you there. But I can't do that until I ink everything. So let me just get pieces and parts cut. So the inside of this is going to be this. I'm gonna do my pocket, and there's really no right or wrong on this, so I'm just going to work it, baby, work it. Let's see, where to put my pencil. I didn't put it away like a bad girl. Cut my edging off first. See, I'm cutting all these off first, and then I'm throwing these away. Throwing them away. That's the only thing I'm throwing away so far. Okay. And I have all of my pile of unused portions of paper over on the side of my cutter so that I can readily keep up with what I do and don't have. So there's that. Perfect. And then this piece, this ought to work. Okay. Oops. Missed. Tell you, I didn't make a very good basketball player. I played basketball for one season, and I don't know how old I was, 10 maybe, and my parents, they were willing to sign me up for anything I was interested in doing. So it was basketball season, so I thought, oh, I'll play basketball. So they signed me up. I go to all the practices and do all of the stuff. Of course, they teach you how to dribble, and I was a horrible basketball player, just horrible. And I stayed on the bench. I'm pretty athletic. As a kid, I was very athletic. I did really well in a lot of sports, but anything that required hand and eye coordination, I didn't do well at. So that's softball, basketball. Well, I mean, you know, flag or touch football. I didn't play that anyway, but yeah, those things I didn't do good at. If you could do long distances or swim long ways, I was good. I wasn't a sprinter either. But anyway, finally one game they put me in because I wasn't a very good player, so I don't blame them for not playing me a whole lot, but they put me in. Somebody throws me the ball, and I grab the ball, turn around, start dribbling horribly, look up, throw the ball, and wonder why nobody's around me. So I look up, I throw the ball, and it goes in, and I made a point for the other team. I was devastated. Oh my gosh. I was absolutely devastated, but I got over it. So, yeah, I don't like basketball. Or I should say basketball doesn't like me. Yeah, we have a special kind of relationship. All right, so this is where I'm going to put my cranes. If I moved off of this, I'd be able to feel where that, I want to pull that down just a little bit more because I want my little crane head to actually have some place to rest. Okay, so I'm going to cut right here, and then we'll come back to it. Where did I put my mark? Oh, I lost it already. didn't leave myself much room, but I got him in there. Okay, so now I can set the rest of this up. Okay, so we're gonna put a mark there, and we're gonna put a mark there. Okay. Alright, let's see what we've got here. Oh, isn't it lovely? Okay. I don't know if you all know this, but my mom was born in England, so I can put on a bit of an accent. A spot of tea. Love, would you give me a spot of tea? Yes, Mother. Yes, Mum. It's Mum. Everybody always want to know, why do you call your mom Mum? Not a flower? Yeah, I guess it is. Okay, so I want to do this there, and I want to do this, I think that'll look alright. Let's see. Now I could utilize this. No, that's just a little too much. I think I could either use this or this. I think I'll just use this. I don't want too many different things. I'm gonna cut the length. Where's my pencil? Okay. Cut my little edge off first. And throw it away. And let's see, where's my pencil mark? There it is. All right. So there's that. Now I just need to figure out what's on the inside. What's on the inside? Would the inside be... That would be pretty. Oh, so pretty. Pretty and witty and wise. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And it's not going to be much longer than that. Anywho. But then... See, I like this coming down like that, but these are like waves and they look like they're upside down. But I don't know that it really makes that much difference. I think it'll be fine. I think it's gonna be beautiful. Okay, so let's see. All of this needs to get inked up. So there's that, and that. Oh, this is not actually cut to size yet, so let's get this cut. Is it? No, it's not. Okay. Okay. that need to get cut just a little bit more? I think so. Yeah, just a snitch. Just a snitch more. Let's see. Perfect. Okay, so there's that. Let me get the thickness here. Okay. Okay. Perfecto. Now, let me go ahead. I'm gonna leave these off to the side for a few minutes. And I'm gonna stop this and I'm gonna ink all these up. You guys, you've seen me do it 100 times. I'm not gonna make you sit and watch that. I'll be back in a sec. Okay guys, I went ahead and inked and went ahead and glued these down because they're just straightforward gluing them down. This side is where we're going to get a little sticky. Now I am going to kind of forget that I've put that there, and I'm just going to kind of say I'm gonna work with it right about to here, and we'll cut that. Sorry I didn't do the pencil. Keep throwing something new at you. So there, I cut that off so I don't have quite so long. It's still not going to be this long, but this is going to give me a little bit of playroom that I need. And I still cannot put these on until I know what I'm doing here. This one I can put down. Okay, so so what I'm doing is working out my closure. What I'm going to use to keep these, all these flips and flaps and such, closed. And this is going to be my closure. I'm going to have this lady set on this green sheet, and the frame is going to be my closure. It's going to lay itself right down. So I have to get this squared off, figured out where I want this. If I lay it right across the top of those, that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I need to split the difference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then bring it over this way. Alright. So I'm not going to move my frame. I'm going to pop this out and I'm going to stick some glue on it. Oh, good Lord. I thought I'd screwed it up. Okay. I want to lay this down inside that frame right there and leave it for a minute and let that dry. Okay. Now I am going to have to put this down. Yeah, I'm gonna have to glue. Let me go ahead and ink as much of this as I think I'll need. I'll need much more than that because it's not, yeah. Get it out past that. Sorry, I'm working this out as I go. I don't really know. I was trying to think of the quickest way of figuring this out, and the easiest way of not having to really, I don't know, do a whole lot of hard work or anything. So we want this to be fun, not a lot of hard work. And again, I'm not all that worried about these foil pages, but just for the heck of it, I'll run it across there. Okay. Now, maybe you guys will start to see what I'm doing here. I still think that's nice and straight. Looks like it's still nice and straight. Okay, now I'm gonna pick this up. There we go. And that looks pretty just like that. I'm so tickled. So now I'm going to glue down just a portion of this. Just a portion of this. Come on. Oops, come on. Crooked. Crooked. Stop being crooked. Stop being crooked. There, okay. And get that down. Okay, so there's that. And then flip it over. Now let's see. This is going to go like that. So when it's flipped over, I'm going to cut this off. There. Okay. Because I wanted this to really be a big part of that. And again, I am just going to glue a portion of this down. Okay. you. Here you is. Okay. All right. So that is the part that I need to go right there. So this is where it gets difficult. Huh. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this down. And I'm going to lay this down. And I'm going to pick this back up. And the only thing I'm going to do is move it down a little bit so I've got it centered top and bottom. And I'm going to leave the rest of it just the way it is. I'm going to get my mat out of the way. And make sure I've got it straight. And I'm going to get my finger X-Acto. Oh, come here. And I'm just going to cut straight down, and I'm not trying to take it all, oops, well, let's not cut the actual chipboard, silly goose. Ah, I moved it. Just take your time. And once you get the basic cut down, then you can remove the frame. Okay. Just take your time. Just take your time. I haven't gotten through but one section, so I still need just to keep plugging away at it. That's all the way through. That's all the way through, except for right down here. This one needs a little bit more. And then we'll concentrate I think that's all the way through. Yes, now the corners. There. Kind of line it up and push it down so that it cuts, but I'm pushing into the self-healing mat so that the blade, I'm not cutting anymore. I mean, I'm not pulling it through, I'm just going straight in, because if I pull it through, I end up taking it further than it should go. Oh, don't mess this up. Okay. This way and got that way. That almost gets me all the way through. There we go. And then voila. Okay. So now I can take this and line it up, but before I glue this down, I'm going to just ink. And they're not going to see this top part. I just wanting to make sure they're not seeing the white core of the paper. And of course they are going to see this back part when they open it up, so we can give it a little bit of an edge like we do around the edge of the paper. There. Okay. Now, let's take this and glue it down. Well, first, let's bring this back. Okay. And I did not take into account the size of the paper going. Okay, so the paper going around it, the frame is not going to fit in there, just the paper is going to fit in there. And I do need to take off just a stitch more because it's not wanting to just easily fit. But you see, the paper is going to take up all of the chipboard space. And the frame is still going to be sitting on top. So that's kind of neat looking too. I like that. And then you're pulling this up. But I do need to take off a little bit more of this because it will eventually make this peel up. Now, this part's not going to be easy. That is for dang sure. Let's see. Let me get a little ruler here. Let me flip her around this way. Oh, come on. Flip her around this way because I just want to take off a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, not making quite as a pretty, okay. Thank goodness the frame is going to be over this because it tore up the top. Let me just take this little bit and cut it off of there. Yeah, it tore that up pretty, that foil paper. Gotta be careful with that foil paper. It is just not as strong as some of the other paper that you may deal with in the same. Okay, now I'm going to get this little piece. Okay. All right. Here we go. Ugh, all these bits and pieces from this falling apart. Of course, I could get a new one, but I think they should last at least for one project, for heaven's sakes. Ah. Come on, get in there. There we go. Okay. All right, so let's try this out again. Oh, that's much nicer. Still doesn't want to fit, but I don't want to make it so loose that it's there. And then we're gonna glue the frame. And that looks so pretty. It looks so pretty. And then that will just get picked up just like that and laid back down just like that. Okay. All right, so let's glue this. Well, hold on. take this like this. And my pencil. I'm going to make a mark on my brown paper where I want, and I'm going to make a mark on the green paper here all the way across, so I know I need to cut that. And I'm just going to get my little cutter. I should be able to do this. Ah, come on. Get back in there. Line this up. Bring it a little past the cut so I get a nice, and cut it. And there's that good part. Good, good, good. And then I'm going to fold this back. Try not to lay that down too far, and put this where I want the score line to be. And then I'm going to cut off some of this. Okay. And then this piece, I'm going to use my pencil. Right there. And this piece, let's get it lined up. Make sure it's nice and flat. All right. Okay. And I didn't get that crazy good. Okay, put this out of the way. Now, put all of this out of the way, and I need this. I'm going to glue this. Okay, now, if I line the base green page up with my paper, there we go, and lift this up and fold this around it, it works. Yeah, and everything looks very pretty. Okay, so I'm going to lift this up this way. And I'm going to pull my needle out, my pin out. Glue this down. Fold it back and make sure that it's all still good. Yes. And now I'm just going to oh, and this is what happens when you lay it on top of the open dummy. I'm such a dummy. Okay, and I'm just going to close that way. Pull this open and make sure that I look semi-good, and I don't. So let's flip this around. There we go. All right. Much better. Much better. Boy, that got it all the way over on the back side. Bad glue. Bad glue. Okay. That's another reason I like this art glitter glue versus the Scotch Quick Dry, because it gives you that a little bit more wiggle room than the Scotch Quick Dry does. Yes, a little bit more wiggle room. Okay, now I can finish gluing these. Okay. And then glue this one down. Now, since I didn't cut this super straight on the back end here, I'm going to come up with something to lay across. Okay. And then final prep is we're going to, let's see, let me get this inked up a little bit so it doesn't look so cardboardy. I'm sorry, I'm going to take it off screen here and do it because this is really tearing up the sponge. There we go. And I guess it needs the inside done as well. I'm not doing it super dark. I don't really want it super dark. Goodness gracious. Oh my gosh, I'm coated with it now. Ugh. Okay. All right. Last little bit here. I'm just going to line this up perfectly around that piece. There we go. And I'm just holding that down so it gets a good stick. And that is my page, guys. So that'll just pop open like that. There, there, and a nice pocket in here. So I hope you like this. And we'll be back for page 8 and 9. Thanks, guys.